Hyuk will be able to take a decisive economic advantage in this game. However, it looks like Luxury finally gets an Overlord into Hyuk's natural expansion and then his main, so he's going to know what Hyuk is doing. He's going to know that Hyuk is attempting to get those spore colonies up. Excuse me. And it looks those spore colonies are up now for Hyuk. So Luxury, those Mutalisks for Luxury aren't going to be as effective as they would have initially been. And I hate to say it, but this isn't looking too good for Luxury right now. I mean, he has the Mutalisks out, certainly, and those are going to force Hyuk's Zerglings back very easily, of course. Those Zerglings, unable to attack air, are not going to be able to do anything. Looks like Luxury does have at least 2 Mutalisks out, maybe 3. Luxury knows, doing the smart thing, he knows he needs to expand ASAP, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to use this window of opportunity he's bought for himself in order to expand a second time. Hyuk with some Mutalisks of his own out now, it looks like. And it looks like those spore colonies did what they were supposed to do. They did buy Luxury the time, or excuse me, they did buy Hyuk the time he needed in order to maintain his position. But it looks like Luxury is doing the absolutely strategically correct thing. He is putting down his expansion now, and he's going to need that to get that expansion up and running. And not only that, I think he's going to either need excellent macro, a second expansion, or both in order to succeed in this game, because otherwise he will be out-macroed by Hyuk. Hyuk has had that second expansion out for a while, but of course the out-macroing factor plays a key role as well, because Hyuk does not have the best Mutalisk micro in the world. Compared to most modern Zerg, Hyuk's Mutalisk micro is actually quite horrible. So we'll have to see, but it looks like Hyuk has a big advantage in terms of Mutalisk numbers now. It almost looks like he has twice as many, maybe even more than Luxury has. So, man, I really don't know. To be honest, I think Hyuk should attack Luxury right now, because he has such a significant Mutalisk advantage. And I think, to be honest, I think this is really unintelligent play from Hyuk. I think Hyuk is really wasting this window of opportunity he has right now to attack Luxury's base. And now that opportunity is faded from him, because Luxury has gotten way more Mutalisks. Luxury critically has 3 hatcheries as opposed to Hyuk's 2. And Hyuk is going to be in a lot of trouble, I feel, now, because he wasted his window of opportunity. This game has now really swung way back in Luxury's favor. Hyuk really wasted any chance he had to take it. The problem is that Hyuk went for that expansion, and he didn't capitalize on the advantage he would have gained from Luxury having gone that strange one-base build. And that is really a mistake, and it just goes to show why Hyuk is really such a poor player. He doesn't have very good game sense. He certainly didn't have the game sense to capitalize on the fact that his opponent went for a very risky and unusual build, and I have a feeling Hyuk's going to be paying the price for that very soon. Hyuk with a bunch of Overlords just wallowing around in his base there. Both players sort of being standoffish. This is kind of an unusual Zerg versus Zerg, actually. It's kind of dragging for a Zerg versus Zerg. Most ZVZ games would almost be over at this point, but there is really no clear winner at this point. Both players just keeping their Mutalisks in their base, and I think the reason they're doing this is because they know that they can't really move out effectively without the other player getting the drop on them. The first player who moves out with his Mutalisks is going to be at a disadvantage. But it looks like Luxury just has a ton of Mutalisks at this point, at least a control group, maybe more, and man, I really feel that Hyuk is in a lot of trouble. I really feel that Hyuk is not going to have what it takes to come back, and that is because he has allowed Luxury to gain this production advantage. He has allowed Luxury to establish that first expansion entirely unmolested, and Luxury is now totally pulled ahead in this game. And Hyuk, I think, wasted a very valuable strategic window of opportunity, and I feel that very soon now, when Luxury does decide to move out, Hyuk is going to pay the price for his procrastination, his strategic procrastination. And I think we're going to be seeing that very soon, once Luxury feels that he's comfortable enough to move all those Mutalisks and Zerglings out towards Hyuk's natural expansion. I feel that's going to be GG. I don't think Hyuk will be able to hold it off. We'll have to see. Hyuk does look like he has a sizable force of Mutalisks and Scourge, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Luxury does outnumber him, and Luxury is out-macroing him right now. And until Hyuk decides to put down a third hatchery, which I don't think he's going to do anytime soon, Luxury is going to be able to continue to outproduce and out-macro Hyuk. And I really don't see any coming back. This is a really actually kind of a boring game. Neither of these players really doing anything worth mentioning. I've already mentioned it, you know, half a dozen times now. Both players, and I feel that Hyuk is just delaying the inevitable here. We'll have to see. I mean, when a player finds himself in a situation like this, particularly a Zerg player, what it really comes down to is superior micromanagement, which Hyuk does not have. Hyuk looks like he's decided he's tired of waiting. He's going to bring the fight to Luxury. We'll see how effective this is. It looks like Hyuk does have more Scourge, but against a group of Mutalisks that large from Luxury, those Scourge are going to be entirely ineffective. Here is going to be the deciding battle of the game. Both players committing. It's impossible to tell which player is going to come out on top, but I don't think Hyuk is going to be able to win. Oh man, it's impossible to see what's happening, but I've seen more green than tan, and whoever loses this battle is going to lose the game. And it looks like Hyuk is losing this battle. Looks like Hyuk did lose that battle, and that is GG for Hyuk. So Hyuk loses that game, as I had predicted. He did not take advantage of the strategic window of opportunity he had when Luxury went for that strange initial one-base build, and he paid the price for it, for being outproduced by Luxury throughout that entire game. And that is just an example of skill overcoming a lack of skill. Hyuk was just utterly outplayed by Luxury for almost the entire duration of that game. And it's unfortunate, but Hyuk does not deserve to move on, whereas Luxury does. Luxury joins Lita in moving out of Group B of the MSL. That concludes Group B of the round of 32. Thanks, guys, for watching. This has been Vanel, coming at you from the Zone. Hope to see you guys soon. Take care.